Greetings, my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be tasting some interesting popsicles that I made. Thanks to the glorious internet, a few days ago I learned about a popsicle that was made out of this. Campbell's Chunky New England Clam Chowder. Now apparently this originated from Reddit, and then Boston Magazine posted it, and then it kind of took off from there, and that's where I learned about this. But someone made a popsicle out of this chunky clam chowder. So clam chowder, of course, is a soup made with clams. New England style, which is the style that is served around here, is white, and it's made with milk or some kind of dairy cream. So Manhattan style clam chowder is made with tomatoes and has a red color. Now here in Rhode Island, which is a little subset of New England, we have a clear clam chowder, which is not made with any milk or dairy whatsoever. So 3 variations of clam chowder, and today I'm going to be tasting a popsicle that I made with this. So while I was perusing the canned soup aisle, I thought, why not make some other popsicle flavors? So about a year ago, many of you sent me a link to a popsicle that was made using SpaghettiOs. So I purchased a can of these as well. I think that was inspired because I made a Jello mold, a retro recipe using SpaghettiOs and filled with Vienna sausages. If you missed that lovely video, I'll put the link above and down below. I have to say that's definitely one of my favorite retro recipes just because it just looks so wonderfully heinous. So be sure to check that out if you haven't seen it already. So I made SpaghettiO popsicles, and I also made Chef Boyardee mac and cheese. I didn't even know mac and cheese came in a canned version, but apparently it does. So this is elbow macaroni and cheese sauce. So let me walk you through the steps of making these very complicated popsicles. So for a little added insurance, I put a little bit of vegetable oil inside of my popsicle molds and liberally kind of brush that around. Not sure how important or necessary this is, but in my past experience when it comes to unmolding things, yes, I've had some difficulties, so a little bit of help is welcomed. So I went and oiled the inside of my popsicle molds, and then I opened my cans of soup. And then I used a spoon, and I just spooned in the soups. And as I was filling, I used my spoon to kind of press out any air bubbles because we want a pristine popsicle if possible. Then I placed the sticks right into the molds and then placed this whole lot in the refrigerator to freeze overnight. And this is what I have. Lovely soup popsicles, cold frozen popsicles, hot water. Let's unmold these. Let's do New England clam chowder. First of all, I don't imagine these are going to taste good at all. But you won't really be able to confirm that until you actually taste them. So we're gonna dunk this in here a little bit. Whoa, that came out beautifully. All right, these are Koji popsicle molds. I actually found them at a consignment store, but I think you can still buy them at Target. Yeah, that worked beautifully. I hope it doesn't smell like clam chowder afterwards. Alrighty, so there's clam chowder. Next we have mac and cheese. I do have to say the design of this popsicle mold is quite nice. I like the fact that you can take an individual popsicle out. Typical popsicle trays, they're all kind of interconnected and you have to defrost all of them. This is really nice. I like that. Dip a dip a dip a dip a dip. Okay. Oh, beautiful. They come out so nicely. Ooh, that one has a beautiful color. Look at that. Yes, yes, darling. This is working out great. Okay, lastly we have SpaghettiO. So many of you on Facebook and Instagram were just like, stop it, Emmy, what are you doing? Oh, that's very satisfying, I have to say. That looks beautiful. Alrighty. And there, my friends, is our beautiful selection of popsicles. Wow, my whole kitchen smells like clam chowder. Lovely, 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 lovely. Alrighty, so the time has come to do the taste test. And since I started with SpaghettiOs, let's go ahead and taste that one first. Here we go. Itadakimasu. It's tangier than I remember SpaghettiOs being. To me, SpaghettiOs initially taste sweet. Tastes very tomatoey and tinny and sour, actually. Not sour, tangy. Are you a popsicle biter? I am. I'm gonna go ahead and bite my popsicle. Here we go. It tastes like a frozen TV dinner of SpaghettiOs. The flavor is definitely dulled and diminished. It doesn't taste as flavorful. As you chew it up, you get a little bit of that starchy thing of pasta. And it's icy. Definitely have the sensation of popsicleness because the sauce is frozen and it's icy. But then you've got the pasta in there that's a bit frozen but still kind of familiarly mushy. It tastes like a colder and lesser version of SpaghettiOs. There is something to be said of SpaghettiOs, that sweet, tomatoey, mushy stuff that is SpaghettiOs. There is something to be said of that. Yeah, all that's pretty much lost. You have that familiar flavor of SpaghettiOs, but it's definitely not as intense. It's diminished. It needs more salt. It needs more sugar, and it needs not to be frozen. It's not delicious, and it's not supposed to be. Yeah. SpaghettiOs Popsicle. Next, we have Chef Boyardee mac and cheese. Has a nice bright kind of Velveeta yellow color to it. And there's definitely some pasta in there, as you can see. First, we'll give it a little lick taste. Doesn't taste like much. I'm tasting some of it now. It's cold, it's oily, kind of waxy, and it tastes of mac and cheese powder. A lot like American cheese, dehydrated and dairied. Let's give it a nibble. Wow, that one straight up tastes bad. So like the SpaghettiOs, the flavor is diminished because this is frozen. Your taste buds don't taste as much of the flavors. You don't really smell them as much. That's why when we warm our food, it tastes better because we can experience more of it. This too also tastes a little bit tangy. There's not much flavor going on. The texture is simultaneously waxy and frozen and icically, but not as icy as the SpaghettiOs version. Perhaps there's less water, more fatty wax. The flavor is just terrible. It tastes a bit like mac and cheese as it warms up in your mouth, but initially, tastes like crayons. Yeah, that's what that tastes like. Alrighty, so we've saved the best for last. We have chunky New England clam chowder. Let's give this one a go. The lick test. Nope, yep, right away. I can taste something there as opposed to the others. And that tastes like clam chowder. It's fishy and definitely salty. So far, this one is the most flavorful of the three. Definitely tastes like clam chowder. The flavor has not diminished much at all. And let's give it the bite test. Tastes like frozen soup. This one actually holds up the best in terms of flavor of the three. Does it taste the best? No. The flavor still remains. This one's very intensely flavored as the other two. Once they're frozen, you don't taste the flavor as much. This one's definitely salty enough. It tastes as you expect it to be. It tastes like clam chowder. It has an iciness that is not as intense as the first one. It's sort of a hybrid between these two. It's a little bit waxy because you've got some potato in there, and of course that milk. Actually, that bite was icy. So definitely a popsicle for sure. And it tastes like frozen clam chowder. Not delicious by any means. Clam chowder is best served hot, not frozen. But of the three, I think this one actually maintains the most of its integrity in terms of what it is. The freezing process really changes not only the texture, but the flavors of the other two. But if we're going to use that for a standard of criteria, I think the clam chowder one actually works the best in terms of maintaining its original flavor. Do any of these taste good or delicious? No, of course not. We're making popsicles out of canned prepared foods. It's not going to be delicious. But if we had some kind of criteria, I think that would be it. And in terms of reviewing these molds, I quite like these. I like the fact that you can thaw these individually. I like the fact that they stand up in your freezer nicely. It didn't drip and get all over the place. I like the fact that there was a fill line. But the part that I liked most about these molds is how easy they came out of the mold. Just slipped right out. Really, really like that. I just hope that now that I've put soup in these, my next batch of popsicles won't smell or taste like SpaghettiOs or clam chowder. Sorry, kids. Alrighty, so there you had it. I tasted it so you didn't have to. New England clam chowder, mac and cheese, and SpaghettiO popsicles. Let me know down in the comments if there are any other recipes or things you'd like me to test out or try. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! How about you get out of my mouth?